Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I feel like I haven't vlogged in forever, and it's really only been like a couple days, but we are back. It's Monday morning. We are here. We are ready. It's a fresh new week. So let's get these printers up and let's get talking about what we have planned this week, what happened last week, all of that fun stuff. Okay, so I have printer number 2 and printer number 1 cleaning right now, getting some cleanings done and ready for the day. We don't have an overwhelmingly heavy print day, kind of just like on the average print heavy side. So I think I'm only going to get these 2 up right now. We'll see as the day goes on, just because it gives me more time to kind of focus on other things. I really want to kind of get the shop in order. It's a little bit messy, guys, to be honest with you, but I just didn't have it in me last week. So I want to get that in order. So I think just running 2 for now. If I need to get the other ones up, I will, but I think having just 2 right now will be okay. And I really just need to get everything situated. We were in here on Friday and I had started a vlog, but if you guys watched any of my videos from last week, you knew that like I was dealing with a migraine throughout the week, and then on Friday afternoon or Friday night it just hit like level 10, and it like hurt to be anywhere there was light or noise. So Alex ended up staying in here. He was back here running the prints and filming his videos, and I just basically laid in the office with all the lights off for like the whole night while he did all that stuff. So it was a pretty rough Friday and a pretty rough week last week, but we got through it. Feeling much better today, and this past weekend I just rested and really just took it easy, stayed up on some medicine and all that fun stuff. But I'm feeling good now. Just kind of like, I don't know if you guys have migraines or if you get them, but whenever I get like a really bad one like that, a couple days afterwards I'll still have just like lingering headaches. So that's kind of how it is right now, but nothing that like is going to stop me from doing anything today. So that's what's going to go on. But I say all that to say that I didn't do like any cleaning last week or anything, keeping the shop organized. So I really need to get that done today. I did spend a lot of this morning cleaning the office, and like I cleaned out the fridge, I cleaned out the coffee station, like everything was just organized. Now I'm just going to do basically the same for the back. So I'm going to go double check that the prints are good to go, and then we're going to get to doing a kind of little Monday reset. Time right now is 1:37, and I still don't have a printer up because, well, I have printer 1 up, but it just got up because printer number 1 and 2 decided that they were just going to be pains today. That is what's going on. I had to clean. I ran a whole file. Well, it didn't get the whole file. It got maybe like 50%, and then it just started banding. So I had to stop and double check that everything else on that file was okay, and then clean it. So printer 2 is just having its moment, and printer number 1 finally got up. I did have to check and fix the white layer because it was kind of like off to the side a little bit, if that makes sense. Basically the registration was just out, so I had to fix that. Everything looks good now. Alex is looking into one of the artwork files for our customer, because it was the second time they had to purchase, because the first time they had uploaded the artwork as 96 DPI, and when it got printed it didn't look right. So we were like, all right, can you send us the 300 DPI? But it still looks kind of weird. So Alex is looking into it. Our software doesn't alter any artwork, to say, like it doesn't downscale it or anything. So we just have to make sure that everything's right. And then worst comes to worst, I think she sent Alex the vectorized file so he can remake the gang sheet if needed, but we're just going to look into that. And then right now, I'm really just waiting for printer 2 to clean. I just posted some TikToks for the day, or I got them scheduled. Other posts that I want to get scheduled for the day. So it's just really a kind of more computer heavy type day. Really nothing too big in terms of orders going on right now. I'm going to check actually, because I think printer 2 just finished. All right, guys, time right now is 2:34. Both printers are still running pretty smoothly. We did just get some last minute kind of bigger orders in, so I'm going to get those loaded up, but I still only probably am going to run number 2 and 1. Alex ended up being able to get that file, so he created the actual gang sheet itself. Printing right now, it basically was just showing some really jagged white lines on like an all white, and usually when you print in all white you want that to be super like sleek and smooth and it was printing all white, so I don't know what he did. I'll have to ask him, see if he can give any tips that I can give you guys. But I just helped him film a video for gang sheets. He's kind of doing one on his channel, so if you guys want to watch that, make sure you do. But we basically just have all of the gang sheets. He actually did this really cool video on Friday while I was dying of a migraine about how to use ChatGPT as a image designer rather than like basically how it compares to like our artwork team and all of that. And actually there was some really good like designs in there and they came out really well, so make sure you guys go watch that because it was actually like quite interesting to watch. I mean, I was literally listening to him film it and I watched it again, so make sure you go watch that. Gives a lot of tips in that. Haven't had a chance to clean up yet because I've been working between getting the printers, keeping the files, and then helping him film and getting some social media. But since it's 2:30 right now, we're still about a half hour away from that turnaround time. I'm probably going to work on getting at least a little bit of the warehouse cleaned up. Again, I can do it like as the week goes on. There's no rush to it. I just want to get started on it because I like coming in to a nice clean space. I like having like a reset at the beginning of the week. I think printer number 1 needs ink. I'm gonna go check that. It's like 5 minutes since I last talked to you guys, but I want to work on getting these because there's a lot of gang sheets in here for here. I'll put you guys over here. There's a lot of gang sheets in here and in the print one on printer number 1, so I kind of just want to start getting it all cut up so that we are like prepared and I can just start packaging them. I've really been enjoying packaging like as I go rather than having one big, oh no, I need tape, hold on. Rather than having like one big hour of like packaging, I just want to be able to wrap it all up. Gang sheets right here that are gonna go on the shelf and ready to get packaged. Let's get the other 2 on printer number 1. All right, I swear you guys, these printers just are not having it today. I get it, it's Monday, but it's time to wake up and get the day started. So I got one big gang sheet here. This one's a 22 by 96. And then I put the order number. So it doesn't like make sense, like unroll them basically, but when we unroll them for like quality check, it'll print the order number also on like the top of it. So that's how we also tell like what the order number is rather than like, hey, this one's here, or like having to look at the design as it's rolled up. I can just like see it right there, or Alex can see it, that's the order number. It just helps with that as well. Also, like if there's a bunch of gang sheets, or there's like a bunch of like 12.5s, like on this one right here, there's some like 12.5. Sometimes they get printed at different parts on the gang sheet if they're combined with other orders. So we want to make sure that we have all of them. Let's see, this one is a 12.5. This one is a 13 by 22. And then we have 12. I'm going to guess those are together because they're the same design. And start wrapping them, putting the order slips and the instructions on there so you guys know if you order from us, you're going to get a little QR code. It's going to send you instructions that also shows you how to apply them, like videos on how to apply. Just trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys. Alright guys, printer number 2 is cut and turned off. I'm going to have to change the film on it tomorrow. Printer number 1 is still going pretty strong, and I did end up getting up printer number 4 just because we had one of the bigger orders, so I just want to ensure that we can get it out, and like if we can get out of here at like a decent time, I'm gonna of course try. So that's what's happening there. This was the order. I'll show you guys this order that I was telling you about. Get some of it. So this is the white design. I don't know if you can see it. See how like crisp the lines are? Let me see. See how crisp that white line is? This is the one that Alex redid. I'll show you. I think it's over here. This is what we originally printed when we took the customer's artwork. Oh, I don't wanna, can't make sure you guys can see it. You might not even be able to see it. Like, see how there's some super, I don't know if it's focusing, jagged lines. You probably can't even see that. So that was what we were having the issue with, and then we printed all of this, and even like this one, you can kind of see some jagged lines on there. It just doesn't look the best. So Alex went ahead and got the file all up, and that's what the white looks like. And then so it looks super crisp now. So if you guys ever have any issues with that, or you're not sure if it's going to turn out, always let us know. Reach out to us. We're here to help. Sometimes there's stuff that we can see on the printing side that will be like, that won't look right, or that's going to come out weird, and we can always try to help. So just make sure you reach out if you ever have any questions on that. That one is I believe a vector file. I'm not exactly sure what he did, but I have to go add some powder to one of these, it sounds like, or neither. So yeah, this has two 120s. This is finishing up a 160, and then I'm going to throw on one more 120, and then that's basically it. We are making great time today. It's 4 o'clock right now, so I should start packaging for UPS, because we do need to get those in like an hour and a half, but we'll see. All right, guys, time right now is 5:15. Finished packaging everything for UPS. We don't have too many UPS. We just have a few smaller orders, and then the majority are going FedEx. I'm finishing up the FedEx packages on the printers. So printer number 2 is just finishing some Plus customers that we're going to send off today, to make sure that they get them and they can get them to their customers. Printer number 4 is actually printing this reprint. So we had a customer that reached out and said that the gray on their shirt looked brown, and they sent us a picture, and I looked at it, and then I was like, okay, yeah, like maybe something went wrong, and then I printed it on every printer, like all 4 printers, and it all came with that same color. So we've been deep diving trying to figure out like what happened. It looks like it was the artwork is like there's a tint of brown in it that's causing that. So I just basically took that, I changed the color of it to like a gray that they were looking for. So I'm printing that to see. I don't know what's going to happen. I might send a picture and say, does this look fine to you? But the actual artwork itself did have like a tint of brown in it. And I mean, these printers will pick up everything. So we're going to see what happens with that. Everything else is basically done for the day. I haven't gotten to clean up too much. I think the last time I talked to you guys, I was going through gang sheets. And that's basically just what I've been doing, kind of dividing it all up. It took me a little bit because there was a lot of smaller orders. So like a lot of pocket size logos, a lot of just 12.5s, but they were all in like one big roll. So I had to kind of just go through that. Now I'm just gonna wait. It is 5:18, so both turnaround times are closed for the day. I had to shoot an email to a customer regarding a background. She placed an order pretty close to the turnaround time, so I was going to put it on the printer, went to put it on the printer, and there was a black background on it. So with our new system, we can now text them to where they just respond, text back like as is, or text back remove. That will help us to kind of get things still flowing without having to like wait for them to respond, wait for them to see if they wanted to remove it, all that. So that's what I did just now. Alex actually helped me with that. And then we're basically just keeping an eye on those last 2 prints. And then we're going to be out of here. And probably, I mean, tomorrow's queue doesn't look bad at all. Sometimes, you know, Monday nights, especially after a holiday, they usually will get a little busier. Like they'll come in tonight because people didn't order this weekend because they were celebrating Easter. So that's typically what happens with holidays. Just typically means that as the week goes on, it's going to be a little busier as people get back into the swing of things. So I'm just being well prepared at getting everything out of the queue, printers organized. I do need to change the film on printer number 2 and 3 tomorrow. And then I'm probably going to start taking inventory because we are running low on supplies. Not like low, but we're running, since we buy it straight from Oddly, we're running low on the amount, like we're running on the amount that we should start probably getting the order together, because it does take a little bit to get here. Although last time it didn't take too long, actually. It took maybe like 2 weeks, but because they said they had some in California, so maybe we'll see what goes on with that. I'm gonna finish getting these all situated, and then I kind of have a pile of trash right here, kind of just keeping everything together to see how it, or to so that tomorrow or whenever we can take the trash out, we will just all be in one spot. Trying to just organize chaos, organize mess is what we're working with right now. But that's just Monday, especially on Monday after a longer week last week, and that's okay. But now it's time to get back into the swing of things, hit full force, hold high gear, all that. So this was the original design. You see how it kind of has like a brown tint to it. So that was what and that's how it came out on the t-shirt, but I think that the customer was more looking for like a gray. Again, it's really hard to see on camera. So I ended up having to change this is kind of what it looks like. This one has more of like a brownie like color, and this one has a gray. Basically this one, what I was learning was that one is like, has an earthy tone of gray. Alex already went to UPS and got all of those packages. I just have to print 2 more of this design, and then we're gonna be out of here. 7:14 right now. We are just completing some tasks that Alex created, this little app, so that we can, I'll show you guys how it works. Let me turn my camera around really fast. Ooh. Okay, so it gives us, turn my phone down, little tasks to do at the end of the day, just to ensure we complete everything. So like this one's going to be just like ensure that DTF printer number 4 is shut down, upload of completed tasks. We'll take a photo, I guess, and then we just like upload it, use photo, and then mark it as complete. It just allows us to make sure that we are doing everything correctly, and making sure that if like I have any thoughts on if we actually shut things down that day. Because sometimes that happens, guys. You do something so much and so often that you it becomes like second nature, and then you're like, did I do that? Okay. Waiting on DTF printer number 3 to finish up, and then we are heading out. Actually, I'm not sure if I capped DTF printer number 1. That would be bad. I'm just seeing if I capped it. Maybe we should add a task for that. It's really close to me, sorry. And just like that, it is 7:22, so we are needing to rush out the door. That seems to be a pretty normal thing, but this is going to end today's vlog. So make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok and Instagram and all of that. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, and you guys have been leaving me a lot of really nice ones, so I always appreciate that. But I will see you guys tomorrow.